Hi, welcome back to another video with me. So it's currently a very miserable Monday. A miserable Monday, that's what it should be, shouldn't it? That's what it is. It's a miserable Monday. It's horrible, it's raining, it's cloudy. England just doesn't see the sun. I'm currently trying to plan a holiday for the end of September because I feel like I'm going to need a little bit of sun before, we go into like the depths. And somebody was asking me, why do you always have your head up? Because it's fucking cold. Okay, I'm cold. And having the heating on is too much money. And it's also August, so I shouldn't have to have the heating on in August. Do you know what I mean? That's not necessary, it's not needed. And no thank you. So my hood's up to keep my ears warm. Because my ears and my feet are warm. I'm warm, okay? We're good. We're surviving. But I basically came on here today to speak about university, right? Because university, it's a big thing. It's a big thing for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people very nervous about university. I, for one, was never nervous for it because I just wanted to leave my fucking house. I wanted to leave home. I didn't want to be there anymore. I was looking forward to it. I thought, this is it. This is when I become a woman. I'm leaving and I'm going to do myself and I can't wait. And I turned 18 very late in the year. So I'd already left college when I was 17. And I literally turned 18 maybe a month before I started university. And obviously, Freshers' Week in England is a very big week, and it's a very heavy week for parties and drinking. And obviously, because I'm a good child, I never drank before 18. So I indulged on Freshers' Week. But basically, I just feel like university is one of those subjects where everybody's like, oh my god, university. Like, my sister's meant to be going to uni this September. So I've got 7 siblings, and well, I'm the oldest of the 7. So my brother did uni, I've done uni. My sister underneath that's in her last year of uni. My sister under that did a gap year, and she's starting uni this year in September. And then my youngest sister is starting in end of next year. I reckon she'll be going to uni. I think that's what it is. And then I have 2 youngest brothers, and they're nowhere near university. But like, every conversation I've had with all of them about university, they're like, what? Like, is it like, and I'm like, you just need to be you, right? And that's the biggest thing. Like, I do feel like in life a lot of problems come with the fact that people just don't want to be themselves. And I couldn't wait to fucking go to university. I could not wait to leave the house. I was so excited to get out of the house and just leave. So when I got to uni, I thrived. I was so excited. I didn't give a fuck what people thought of me. I just thought, I'm out of home. This is what I've wanted forever. I'm not going to let anybody else spoil that. And I feel like that was the best way I went into it, and I had the best time. Like, I feel like the one advice I'd give to people is, on Freshers' Week, nobody knows anybody. If people are in the second year, third year, yeah, they've got the groups, but if they're going out on Freshers' Week, they're there to make friends. Everybody's there to make friends on Freshers' Week, so just go out, and your crowd will find you. You will make friends with people, much easier than you imagine you're going to, and yeah. And I really did enjoy university, and I went to university during COVID, so I graduated when I was 20. And yeah, so when I was 19 going into 20, it was COVID. So a good 2.5, well, not 2.5 years, what am I on about COVID, 2.5 years, like a year and a half of my university experience was COVID. So we wasn't in lectures, we wasn't at uni, we was all online, and it was stuck in the flat, and everybody used to be like, I remember people being like, that must have been so shit, like, that must have been shit. It wasn't shit. Do you know the amount of flat parties you could have? Imagine being at uni and you don't even have to go in, you could just lay in bed. Although that comes with its whole side effects, because I did flash my professor with my boobies one morning. Because imagine, I'm half asleep, I'm like, oh, no top on, completely naked, lean over, and I'm like, put the computer on, I'll just let that run in the background whilst I'm having a nap. I fucking surprised myself, my tits turned up on the screen, I'm like, fucking shit, just slammed that down, and I was like, nah, not doing it. The adrenaline woke me up, I was no longer asleep, didn't go back to the lecture, I just avoided, and then I ran into my friend's room because we was on the same course, and I ran in and I was like, no, did you see that? And she was like, see what? And I was like, I've just flashed my tits to everybody in that lecture. And she went, what? I went, I just turned my computer on, and the fucking camera came on, and I'm sat up in bed like this with my boobs out, and it was there, and then I just panicked, slammed the lid, and I'm not going back to it. And then the lecture, our professor, good old John was like, Stephanie, do you know if Samantha is coming back to join us in the lecture, and Steph was like, absolutely not, no, she's not. She's gone to wallow in her self-pity. She's dying. She's gone to go. She's running away. She's never coming back. She's just flashed her tits to the class. What do you think? Do you think she's coming back at that lecture? Absolutely not. But, like, pros and cons of COVID, do you know what I mean? If it was a pro, because, like, I could just leave my computer on, so it was like I was in the lecture. And we could go into town and get dinner and come back, and it's still classed that we'd been there for the full time, do you know what I mean? And it was also the fact that, like, during your lectures, when they're asking you questions, you're on the screen, you can type the answers up, and you're like, yeah, I know this, because I'm super fucking smart, obviously. And, yeah, it was amazing, and it was so good, and I wouldn't have changed it for the world. Like, people was like, COVID, oh, it's not fair on you. It was fair on me. I didn't care. You didn't hear me complaining. I could do what I wanted. And in our first year, so in the first year of uni, COVID hit so we started in September. I think it was May, COVID fully hit. So we moved home. But by then, you'd already handed all your work in, so there was nothing really to be at uni for. Like, I just went home, stayed at home during the summer, and then came back up in September for our second year. But in our first year of uni, the Freshers' Week was... I'm going to say, we lived all the good parts of our first year at uni during a normal uni year. And I feel like one of the things that hit me, like, something to learn before you start university, just fucking learn to cook some food. Like, I could cook, right? But, like, substantially, not really. People are like, oh, the jokes of, like, uni students have pasta. That wasn't going to be me. I was going to eat, like, at home. I didn't get a choice of meals. Like I said, I wanted to leave home as fast as I could. So I could not fucking wait to go. So when I got there, I was like, I'm going to thrive. I'm going to cook all my meals. I'm going to fucking eat. I'm going to spend my time and I'm going to eat food. And that's what I did. However, one of my fondest memories of me cooking in the first year is being like, I want pancakes. I love pancakes. Making pancakes. I didn't put any lubricant underneath the pancakes, so the pancake burned, and then the fire alarm went off, and then the entire block I was in got evacuated, and then some dickhead from our fucking flat grassed me up to the entire block and was like, she did it. She set the pancakes on fire. That's why we're all out here in the rain. I was like, you stupid prick. Why would you do that? Don't out me. We have to live in a flat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can steal your food. And that's the thing. At university, people steal your food. Like, what gives you the fucking right? There was this girl in our flat, right, in our first year. She just used to steal our yogurts. Well, there was 2 fridges, right? So there was me, my friend, and our other friend. 1 fridge. The others, other fridge. 3 and 3. This one girl, and I know who you are. She just kept coming in and stealing our fucking yogurts. She just steal what the fuck she could. We had ice cream at one point. She ate it, put it in the bin, and it was in the bin. And I was like, did you eat our ice cream? She was like, no, I didn't eat the ice cream. I would never eat the ice cream. I'm like, bitch, I know you did, because the fucking lid's on your side. I can see it. I can see it when I walk past the kitchen. Dick. Oh! But yeah, don't, like, people will probably steal your food. It is what it is. Our first year of flatmates wasn't great. Like, I don't know what happened or why we got dealt the shittest hand possible, but, like, we had the shittest first year flatmates we could have possibly asked for. Like, people was like, oh, you'll get such a good flat, it'll be so good. It was fucking awful. We hated every moment of it. But the thing is, we made friends during Freshers' Week outside of our flat, so for the rest of the year we was able to go out to their flats and do things in their other people's flats, and we were just able to, like, build off from that, and that's why it was so good. And I always remember during Freshers' Week, like, we'd go drink. It was drinking, flat parties, learning on site, games. I remember there was this Tuesday night, and honestly, the Tuesday night is iconic. It will go down in my history book forever. There's 4 of us, so there was me, my friend, and we met 2 boys there. And not in that way, just friends. We've been very friendly, we're just friends. We actually started being friends because I had a go at one of them, because it was in the bar on the site that we was living on. So they had, like, this, it's called the venue, and we was at the venue, and was in the queue getting drinks, and this fucking knobhead pushed in front of us. And I was like, excuse me? Absolutely not. Get behind us. And he was like, I'm buying a drink. And I was like, well, so are we. There's a queue, so get back in the queue. And he was like, he started laughing. I was like, unless you're going to buy us a drink, get fucking behind us, right? And he was like, oh, I like that. I like the way you think. And I was like, well, if you like the way I think, buy us a drink, I'll fuck off, because I'm not joking. And then he was like, I get you a drink. So he got us both a drink. And I was like, thank you. And I was like, are you fresher? And he was like, yeah. So I started talking to this guy. Turn around, Steph's next to me, this fucking guy barges into her, she spills a drink, and I'm like, fuck's sake, man, it was a free drink, you didn't need to knock it out our hands, you know what I mean? And then we found out that this other guy is the guy that just bought us drinks, friend from his flat, and I'm like, no way. And this guy starts speaking, he's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. And I was like, where are you from? Turns out we're from the same place. We've lived in the same city our entire lives, just don't know each other. And then we made friends with them, and then we went to Freshers Week, and then the Tuesday night happened, and that was the first night we all really got to know each other. So we moved into Sunday. Monday night was the venue incident where we made friends with them, and then the Tuesday night was just heavy drinking. Like, it was a flat party. Got to the flat party, it was dead, so we thought, how can we make this more fun? Obviously booze. So we sat in the corridor with a bottle of just pure... Well, we had vodka, whiskey, rum, and gin, a bottle each, and we were just sipping it, passing it, sipping it, passing it. We should have been dead. We should have died that night. Like, I should have been dead. Obviously, within an hour, we were fucking blackout drunk. Couldn't remember anything we was doing. We was out until early hours in the morning. And it was just horrible. And then our flatmates were trying to mummy us when we got in. And they was like, oh my God, you're so... Like, why are you doing that? Oh my God. And they was just being, like, proper, like, just fucking party poopers. They didn't want us to do it. Then they called security on us and it was like, they're being too loud and it's early. Like, bitch, it's Freshers Week. Why did you move in over Freshers Week if you didn't want to be with... Like, what are you doing? Just stay at home until after Freshers Week if you don't want to be part of that. Anyway, they ruined that night for us. And then, yeah, for the rest of the week, we just went out and got drunk and we stayed at their flat. And it was really good. But, like, this is what I mean. Like, Freshers Week is really good for making friends. I mean, we didn't mean to make friends with these people. Because I just got a bit leery. Because I was like, don't push in. Do you know what I mean? Keep your distance. Anyway, they took it as banter and it was funny. And then we made really good friends with them. And they became our friends for the full, like, first year. And then after the first year, one of them moved back to their home country. And then the other one moved universities because they didn't like the course he was on. So then our second year was like, oh, we're going to be on our own. But we wasn't, because we got a good flat. We got a really good flat. And we moved in, and I remember being sat in the bedroom, and we was like people watching. I was like, are you coming to our flat? Are you coming to our flat? You? Nope. And then somebody came up, and I was like, hello? And then we ended up having 3 boys, a girl, me, and my friend. And honestly, it was the best flat. Like, the first night, we all did drinks together, games, and we all just got along really well. And it was honestly the best year. And it's what I mean. Like, people are like, oh, what's going to happen? And it's what you make of it. If you go in there with a closed mindset, like, I don't want to make friends, I'm just here to study, you're going to make the time tough for yourself. But because we all went in with the open mindset, and like I say, second year was COVID. We was always in the flat. We was always crossing paths with each other. It came to the point where we all did, like, a joint food shop. So we'd all go do a food shop together, and we'd share the food across the full flat. So there was none of this stuff of, like, oh, you're stealing my food, you're stealing my food. None of that, because we all had the same flat. And honestly, it was just so good. And the best thing about it is, we had nicknames for everybody. So me and my friend went to uni together, obviously, like I keep saying. And we had nicknames for people. And the nicknames to this day still stick. If we're speaking about them, we use their nicknames. They don't know that who they are. Like, it was just a code for us to be able to speak with one another. And I fucking loved it. It was so good. We had Sheep. We had Lanky. We had, what was his name? I can't remember what this guy's name was, but he had a fucking good nickname. It was funny. Then we had Tickalicious. We had the Megalodon. We had Potato Man. We just had so many stupid fucking names, but it was just so good. And like I said, like, uni is what you make of it, because I'm not being funny, right, but we was during COVID, so we didn't pay for the course. Like, we didn't go there. Like, I feel like I paid for the experience, which is fucking expensive. Oh, lad, I shouldn't have had to pay for it, because we didn't get any of the course. Like, we was barely getting seen by our tutors. Nobody really made an effort, and especially during COVID, like, it was just kind of like fend for yourself, submit your work, and if you pass, you pass. If you don't, you stay back a year, which I didn't think was very fair, but here we are. And I won't lie, like, there was a few times I'd come in from heavy nights out, and I'd go into uni, scan my little card, and I'd just fuck off to the toilets, and I'd sleep in the toilets for 2 hours during the first lectures, and then I'd go back to the in-person lectures, because what can you do? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was tired. I'd been drinking. I didn't want to do that. And yeah. And there's just so many, like, positives to university. Like, I really just, I don't know, I really feel like I found myself, and that sounds so cliche to say, but it was just a good time to be me. Like, I went there, and especially if you move away, you don't have to know anybody, and you can just be you. And obviously, if you go with your friends know who you are anyway, so you don't have to, like, you're not putting a front onto them. You can just be yourself, though, all around, and you're living in your own place. There's nobody in your personal space, and if you're okay with being on your own as well, like, that's cool, because, like, there was a few times where I'd just be on my own for weeks. Like, I remember in the first year, my friend got a boyfriend, and she just fucking moved out. She, like, abandoned me. Like, shout out to you, because that was a dick move, but she, like, abandoned me for a couple of weeks. And I was just okay on my own. Like, I didn't need people there all the time, which also helped. And I just loved university. And then there was a time, like, I like, I mean, like, there was times where I was a bit like, fuck's sake. But a lot of the time, it's just nice. And we had this on-site gym as well, which was good. It was all part of the cost, so like we could go to the gym. So that's where I started the gym. Not like seriously, but like I'd just go there to like get out of the flat, go do a jog, go do some weights, if I could call it weights. Go and embarrass myself, go flirt with the boys, you know what I mean? Just like show myself up. And it was just such a cute little. Well, we didn't move on site either. So at university, obviously, a lot of the accommodations are around the university. I never did that. We moved to an accommodation that was just outside of the city centre, so we could be away from there. Like after uni finished, we could go home instead of like just going around the corner and going home, and that was really good. Yeah, and I don't know what, like, it's just one of them things. Like I feel like I don't know what the point of this video is. I'm just rambling about university and how I found it, but personally, I always like encourage people to go because the experience is, you can't get that anywhere else. I fucking loved it. The experience was so good, and like I said, it won't be the same for everybody. Not everybody will enjoy it. Not everybody will get it. But if you go there with an open mind and you're open and you want to be like, and the thing is, normally you get like questionnaires for the people you're living with. You can fill out who you want. So like, I don't know what we filled out wrong in our first year, but fuck me, we filled some out wrong because we got a shit flat. But like our second year, we said we want people who are loud, outgoing, talkative, like want to do things, and we got that exactly. And it was really, really, really nice. And like we had such a good bond with the people we lived with in our second year that I just spent half the second year pranking them, like, because they were fun and they could take it. Like on their birthdays, we all did stuff like we blew up 500 balloons or shoved them all in one of the boys' rooms for their birthday. We printed out a load of faces, stuck them over every single face in his room for one of the birthdays, and we just did loads of stuff like that. And we did lots of stuff together, like outside the flat, like Halloween. We did Halloween together. We'd go out on day trips together, and it was just lovely. Like it was such like a good family environment, and it was like, especially for how I'd been brought up, like I was so happy to be out of my house, and I'd managed to find a place that was just lovely. It was so good, and I couldn't like put into words how much fun it was. Although you do get some fucking weirdos, right? And I mean weirdos. So let me tell you a little story about this. One of the girls we live with, right? She was a bit strange. Don't get me wrong. Like you do get some weirdos, but she used to say the weirdest, most unhinged things. I remember when she was talking about killing us, and I was like, sorry. What's that about? You what? And she was telling us that she'd planned a way to murder all of us, if it ever came down to it, and she'd never be caught. And her final move was to make us into bone soup. I didn't even think that was fucking real. What do you mean you're gonna make us into bone soup? Like, what is that about? That's psychotic. Oh no, Caden's here. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, like, subscribe, enjoy life, and go to uni. Just fucking do it. If you're thinking of going, just do it. It's so, so good. It's worth every single penny. And yeah, I'll see you next week.